Welcome back to the Leeds United Career Mode on FC24. It's January transfer window time in our first Premier League season. In the last episode, we lost, unfortunately, Wilfred Gnonto for the rest of this season. Double blow, we lost the game and we lost Wilfred Gnonto as well. So we are looking to replace him in the shorter term on the right-hand side of the midfield wide spot. We're also looking to, in the shorter term, bring in someone, or some ones, plural, to replace Cresswell and Shackleton as they go out on loan. Now, Cresswell does have the potential to continue to grow, so I want to make sure he gets more first-team football and gets the growth that he can get. His potential currently is about 79 or 80. Shackleton has maxed out his potential at the moment at 73. So, unfortunately, I find myself feeling like we should probably lean to just replacing Shackleton in the squad all told. It's a decision we can come to between myself and you guys in the summer. We'll loan Shackleton out for the rest of this season, and I'll look to bring someone in that's older to fill that role in the short term. And then we may look in the summer window to actually bring someone in that is just a first teamer, rather than just a Shackleton backup. Because unfortunately, I don't think Jamie's going to grow much more in this save, which is a shame, but it is what it is at this stage. We don't expect Doyle to get recalled. If he does, bugger. We'll deal with it. And I'm also going to loan out Sam Greenwood. It hadn't occurred to me that his potential might be as high as it is. His potential is 80 as well. So we're going to loan Sam Greenwood out too. So I may, in fact, end up looking for two midfielders. But we have Gruev, who can play in a central midfield role as well. So I don't know as we're actually too desperate for multiple players in that central midfield role. But certainly one, certainly a winger, and certainly a centre-back too. And I've got a number of names on my shortlist, thanks to your comments in the comments section. With regards to the wide role, there was quite a call actually for Wilfried Zaha. However, Zaha, of course, plays for Galatasaray. And if you don't know the history between Leeds and Galatasaray, Google it. I don't know as I could go for that move, genuinely. So Zaha is a popular option, but he's one that I'm going to say no to purely based off the Galatasaray link at this moment in time. There's also Stefan El Shaarawy, who we could look to bring in from Getafe. You may have noticed significantly higher rated Rafinha here at Barcelona, who they won't let me loan. So unfortunately, we won't be going for him, but I like the idea. I thought I'd give it a go. We also have on the right-hand side the potential of an aging and now very slow, but still technically superb Riyad Mahrez. I like the idea of that. And also Nicola Pepe, who's only 29, but certainly Nicola Pepe could do a significant job for us in the squad even longer term than just the end of this season. So I'm not sure yet which winger to go for. I'm also not sure which central midfielder to go for. I do like the idea of Calvin Phillips coming back, but I don't think he'd come back as a backup. The only way he'd come back would be to start. And at the minute, he doesn't get in ahead of Ampadu or Gray, so he wouldn't start. Callum McGregor has moved to Lens in this save, but he does look very good. Certainly would be on board with that. Maximilian Arnold equally, but these players wouldn't want to come in as backup. They'd want to come in and start, whereas someone like Dele Alli would be probably happy to come in as backup. One that stands out for me, or two that stand out for me really, are Francis Coquelin at 77 rated and 33 years of age. Still very good for the level that he's playing at. And also Gini Wijnaldum at 34 years of age. Both are cheap, both are doable, and would fill the void of Jamie Shackleton in the short term, and then probably end up retiring sooner rather than later, and allow us the opportunity to then further improve in that position. So I think I'm gonna go for Coquelin, because Gini's a bit more of an obvious option, whereas I don't know as anyone really tends to sign Francis Coquelin. So I'm probably going to go and try and sign Francis Coquelin as that kind of alternative option that we tend to look to do. There's also someone like Ross Barkley or Nabil Bentaleb, but I think I'm going to lean towards Coquelin for now. And then the centre-back option is an intrigue with Bentaleb there as the CDM. There's also Rongier as well. Bentaleb might be able to do a job. What's his jumping? 69, 6'2". He could probably do a job at centre-back as well, to be fair, Nabil Bentaleb. And then, but with the out-and-out centre-backs, Ben Davies is an option, as well as Kurt Zuma or Valiente. Not yet decided what centre-back to go for. We will figure out throughout the course of today's episode. As we advance towards the January transfer window, though, we're not looking to sell anyone, but if bids come in, we will consider them perhaps. A number of players have left out on loan. good. That was the idea. Dan James wants to come in and play for Nanto. That's not really going to be the plan, I'm afraid, Dan. We will simulate the first game against Bournemouth because they're much lower in the table than we are. And then we'll start to look about getting stuck into the transfer. And in fact, I may look, because considering I know I definitely want Coquelin now, I'm going to try and bring Francis Coquelin in at this particular moment in time. Do please drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save, of course, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of the content. Fingers crossed you'll be with me. No, I do not want to pay £18.5 million for a player I can get for about 6. Do make sure you come and join me on stream as well to be involved in all the behind the scenes. You want Firpo. Now, Firpo we were going to let go at the end of the season, and that would actually be agreeable. I get some money for him. If I could... It would mean we'd look for someone else in this transfer window, but I'm open to that. Sold. Done. That's another curveball. Coquelin in and Firpo out. He's currently on £26,500 a week. He's an important player at Villarreal. I doubt he actually plays that important a role at this stage. He'd want important here. I'll give him it just to get him in, but obviously he's not going to be that important for us. We'll offer him a 2-year deal, which at 33 years of age I'm sure he'd want. Disregard the release clause, and he wants a little bit of a wage rise, but I imagine that's probably just Premier League tax, isn't it? More so than anything else. Francis Coquelin is in. Now, we had on the shortlist Ben Davies at Tottenham, didn't we? And that might now sway what we do with that particular position, because Ben Davies can play at left back as well. So I think that's the centre back position just made itself done as well. Ben Davies also cheap, also aging, but also able to do the job. He's not rapid, obviously, at full-back, but he would only be a backup. We can play Archie Gray there instead as well in the shorter term, so I'm quite happy to do that. Ben Davies, sporadic at Tottenham. Hopefully he'll take a bit of a wage cut. I might give him rotation here. He wants important. Hopefully he'll accept rotation. He won't. Okay, not to worry. Important's fine. Again, we'll offer him about a 2-year deal. He might want 3 because he's only 31, but no, he doesn't. No release clause. And wage-wise, hopefully he'll take a bit of a wage cut. So I'll offer him £45,000 a week and £250,000 signing on fee, which he will accept. Lovely. Ben Davies is in as well. That's 2 new signings that have come in to bulk out the squad with a bit more quality than the reserve players we previously had. Ben Davies is an upgrade currently on Charlie Cresswell, and Francis Coquelin is an upgrade certainly on Jamie Shackleton. And now I just need to figure out what winger I want, but I'll figure that out with live chat after, of course, we've simmed this game against Bournemouth. Bournemouth with Enes Unal up top. They're 19th in the league. They did win their last game, but it's, I believe, their only win so far this season. They are not having a great time of things. We are having an indifferent time of things, but better than we anticipated time of things. And hopefully now, things will get better. 3 points, please. Here's Perot. He's got Jack Clark there. Elected not to use him, went for the shot. Neto makes the save. Corner Leeds. Somerville to take it. Ordinarily, Nanto would be on them, but obviously he's injured now. And it's going to fall. Is it to Jack Clark or to Genie? It is to Genie, and now to Ampadu, and then Jack Clark again. Can he work the space? Can he turn? Can he find a pass? Can he find a shot? Can he do anything? He'll find Kai Wagner. He's got Archie Gray. Archie Gray has Somerville here in some space, and Somerville could get the shot away, which he does, and Neto makes another good save. It's all Leeds in these opening stages, but the goal won't yet come. We'll try again from the set piece, and it's poorer this time, but still we'll recover it. Maybe Roden could go for goal. Probably shouldn't. Jack Clark will. Montiel blocks. Peru's up. It's a free kick for them if the ball changes hands, which it has now done, but advantage was played. Still all Leeds. Lovely turn by Peru. Shame about the finish. Down the line to Wagner. Deliver it into the middle maybe. It's a good cross. It'll find Jack Clark, whose shot is going to find its way into the back of the net via Joel Peru. Really good technique on the volley from Jack Clark. Unfortunately for him, it didn't go in. It was a good save, but Joel is there to mop up. And it's Leeds 1, Bournemouth 0. Not sure how much of the earlier highlights will have made it into the video, but we have been dominant in this game so far. That's Neto's 5th or 6th save already, and Joel couldn't miss from there, could he? Another one for him, another one for us, and this time it's to put us in front. Good technique as well. Oh, lovely sweeping ball by Gray out to Dan James, who's off the bench, who's left the defender for dead. keeps the ball in play, races around another defender, can cut this back to Peru, or Joe Gellert is off the bench here. Archie Gray looks to slot it. It's a good save again by Neto. This could have been double digits if it weren't for their goalkeeper. Dan James will take the corner. It was a brilliant run from him, really putting his name in for that first team spot, but we are still pretty determined to sign someone in this January transfer window for that wide role, but certainly Dan James fancies himself as being able to fill that void left by Wilfred Nonto's injury. Peru trying to force the issue with a through ball. 20 minutes to go here. It's still only 1-0, but it has been all one-way action all bloody game. 4 minutes added on. Leeds fans whistling for the referee to end the game, but it's not going to do it yet. They've added 4 on. They're not going to then blow the whistle after 2. Bournemouth need to go forwards, though, if they want to get themselves any chance of an equaliser. It would be the least deserving equaliser we've seen for a while in this save, but they're not going to get it. We battered them. I don't know how much I'll put in the highlights, but we battered them, and the keeper had to make a number of saves to ensure that the scoreline was only held to 1. 11 shots in the end for us. I wonder how many saves their goalkeeper actually made. Let's have a look. 7 shots on target, 6 saves. He was on fire in that game and very much could have conceded a handful more. That should hopefully rise us up the table a little bit with a victory there. Yeah, go on then. He's significantly better technically than anybody else we've looked at. Pace is the only downside. Pace isn't massively important to the way that we play. He's expensive though. I'm going to go for Riyad Mahrez. Let's bring Riyad back to the Prem. We said we wanted someone that was of first team quality. And well, Riyad Mahrez certainly is of first team quality. Market value is 36, but I reckon I can get him for about 23. Okay, what is the point? Wait, what? Market value 23.5? And then I went to bid for him, and it said his market value was 36. Well, that's gone well then. Well-coded game. GG. Cheers then. Okay. We'll try that again in a week. Well, after the failure to sign Mahrez, we'll try again in a week's time, and we'll go and play Fulham in the meantime. They're currently 16th in the Premier League. Bassi at the back for them as well. Pellegrini will be 2 solid defensive players for them. Anthony Martial leads the line. Alex Iwobi on the in the wide position, and Adama Traore were 2 names mentioned by live chat for the potential wide role that we're looking for, but I'm not sure at this moment in time. Rodrigo Muniz, I don't know how good he is on FC, but in real life he scored like 6 in 6 or something silly, so he's absolutely on fire right now for Fulham. May even be 7 in 7. We'll change the kit to playing that one, thank you very much, because that's the one I'm bloody wearing. And well, I don't think I'll make any changes to the starting lineup. Maybe we will actually. Maybe let's throw Francis Coquelin in for Ampadu. And do I throw Ben Davies in as well? I won't throw Ben Davies in yet. Gelhardt for Ruter though, why not? Gelhardt now up to 78 rated. And that'll do for now. Just the 2 changes. Come on then. Fulham away is a winnable game. Palhinha. And there to Bobby Deckled over Reed. Trying to marshal the run of the man in the middle. Here's Robinson forward and well blocked by Van Evite. Corner. Fulham early doors here at Craven Cottage. Savanier will deliver it. And we should win that with Somerville, and we have done. Reed brings it down, gets it out wide to Savanier again. Bobby Deckled over Reed with a really sharp turn. Well, why has he gone for the man, not the ball there, Joe Rodon? It's not the first time he's given away a penalty this season in a scenario in which he could absolutely have won the ball. The ball is right there, and he's just flattened the man for no reason. The ball is well within reach there. I'm not sure I like that at all. Tony Martial. I went the right way, but not early enough. Fulham 1, Leeds 0. And Tony Martial going for it. Rodon doesn't either get man or ball on this occasion. And Martial's still going. Needed saving by Meslier. Tony Martial, another striker that we had at Union Berlin in the last save. Savanier is going to take this corner into the middle, and the keeper's come. He's not got there. He has, thankfully, this time around, and we'll take the free kick anyway, although open play would have been better for me. Oh, Somerville's won that back. It's just run straight into me. Peru's begging for it. I've not got much support here yet. Jack Clark from range. Needed saving. Rodak leaps away. Was on its way in, I think. Somerville with the delivery. Can we get to that with a defender? Trying to get to that with anyone. Jack Clark Coquelin. Joe Geller out to Somerville. We'll float it looking for Peru in the middle. Gelhardt should win this and has done. Coquelin caught on it by Reed. No foul given. I tried to force that and shouldn't have, and the chance is gone. Fulham doing enough defensively to keep us out for the time being. I'm not playing that well at the moment. Coquelin's won that back nicely, though. That was meant for Somerville, and that's not gone well for me either. So I think we'll just regroup at half-time and go again. Challenge, Francis Coquelin. That was absolutely brilliant. Robinson will take the throw. Not really got many options here. One of which is Bobby Decordova-Reid, though. Savonier, Martial, and Alex Iwobi. Around the corner too. Joao Polina, big save by Meslier to keep us in it. Massive save by Meslier to keep us in it. If that goes to 2, then that's game over, because 2 goals against Fulham here just aren't going to materialise, but 1 could. We're still fighting hard to try and get that 1. Coquelin, again, going to try and work hard here, and Francis Coquelin, for a second time in as many minutes, proving exactly why we bought him. Jorginho to Joe Geller, looking to get away now. Turn inside and beat the man. And Ruter's arrived. Ruter's effort is really, really poor. You've got to be better than that, Genie. Oh, I thought it was going to go down the line. Timothy Castagna finds Anthony Martial. Hit the outside of the post. Jeez Louise, I thought that was game over. I was absolutely certain that was flying into the back of the net then. Somehow it stayed out. 1 minute only added on and Fulham in possession. We've won it back, but we will run out of time before we get the opportunity to get it all the way down the other end of the field. We will lose at Craven Cottage. Defeat in the Premier League. Not the way we wanted to go into the game against Charlton in the FA Cup. Not the sort of advert for joining us that we wanted to give to Riyad Mahrez. But if we're able to negotiate a deal now, we will do so. Riyad will obviously improve the quality in the first team. And with the pace being slightly lower, maybe we could even move him to a central role and move Genie out wide. I know Ruter has certainly got the pace to play centrally or out wide. Disappointed not to get anything from that game, because I certainly feel like we should have done. With Doyle has been recalled. All right, we need now the centre back as well. I thought I'd done enough to play him enough so that he'd be able to stay, but evidently not. Let's go and loan another centre-back as well then. It will let me approach to reloan Callum Doyle, so let's just try and do that then, shall we? That's the easiest way to go about it. I felt like Callum Doyle had enough first-team football to warrant staying. They recalled him, and I'll just loan him back again. If it were real life, I would have negotiated a clause in the contract. If it were Football Manager, I would have negotiated a clause in the contract so that he could not be recalled. You don't get the opportunity to do that in FIFA because there isn't an in-depth enough contract system. So I'll just kind of cheat my way around it a little bit, I suppose. But Callum Doyle hopefully will come back in on loan, and then that will be absolutely fine then. That's Jamie Shackleton going out on loan. Where did he choose to go? Hertha Berlin is where he's going for 2 years. We'll see if Jamie Shackleton grows at all. Charlie Cresswell has already grown out on loan at Aston Villa, which is good news. So we'll wait and see what happens there. Villa would like to give me some money for Cody Drama, but I will reject that. Thank you. Cody will stay with us longer term at this particular moment in time is my anticipation. Is that Callum Doyle coming back on loan? Hi, Callum! Welcome back to the club. Just FIFA things. We'll try again for Riyad Mahrez. Market value 23.5. A deal could be worth 24 million. Please tell me that you're actually going to acknowledge the fact that is. See, why now does it say market value 36? Game! What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? That's so broken. It's like it's not updated from last season or something. They're going to go, oh, I'm wasting my time. I'll piss off then. Right, so with the wide roll, I think we either go for Nicola Pepe or Lorenzo Insigne was the other option. But I think Nicola Pepe is probably going to be the one that we do. Nicola Pepe is going to come in. I'm going to sign him from Trabzonspor for £9 million. I can't believe that the game has done that to me. Market value 11. We said I could get him for about 9. So can I have him for about 9, please? 9.3. Done. Done, done, done. Nicola Pepe's on £45,000 a week, which is a lot for the level, but it's worth paying. He's only going to come in the shorter term because Nonto will take that first team spot back when he's back from injury. A 2-year deal is fine. Disregard the release clause. To be fair, Nicola Pepe is probably good enough to still provide backup even when... Oops, not giving you 100 grand a week. Even when Nonto gets back, to be fair. Again, like a £300,000 signing on fee. Will you sign that? No, but you'll sign that one, so that's fine. Nicola Pepe arrives from Trabzonspor. We have a new starting right-sided midfielder in the short term. Nonto's injury has been covered. Next up is the first effort in the FA Cup for us this season. Third round, of course, as Premier League and Championship clubs don't get entered into the competition until this stage. They're missing Maynard. Other than that, they're at full strength, Charlton. They're a League One side in real life. One imagines they're still League One in this save as well, because they're not one of the strongest sides in League One, certainly. So we will field a rotated enough side, but still a side that should certainly be strong enough to get a job done. We'll start Dan James. We'll give... Actually, you know what? Let's give Greenwood a shot out wide. Unfortunately, Gelhardt is nowhere near fit. I need to sort their training regime out there. But for the time being, everyone else is able to come in. Ben Davies can make his debut for the club. I won't make a change at goalkeeper. We will play Cody Drama at right back, though. This side absolutely should be good enough to see off Charlton. I could probably field my youth players and they'd be good enough to see off Charlton. So, now I've said that, watch them beat me by 3-0 or something stupid. That's naughty. I didn't think it was that naughty, though. Terrell Thomas sent off in the 3rd minute. Yeah, it wasn't great. It really wasn't great. 3rd minute red card for Charlton. Terry Taylor comes on and Bayala... It's not lasted very long at all. Sam Greenwood will take this free kick for us. Looks like he's going to go for goal. And he very nearly scored as well. Bamford's just taken it off Gillespie. There you go. You've got support arriving. Not that you need it, sir. Patrick Bamford buries in the 7th minute. Charlton 1-0 down. And that red card might kill them. Although, to be honest, it wasn't the red card that cost them the goal there. That was just another mix-up. Terrible mistake in defence. And Bamford with no mistake. Genie. Oh, he's beating his man. I was going to say the pass is there, but he's kind of made a bit of a meal of that. But Dan James will finish, and that's 2-0 Leeds in the 21st minute. I was slightly concerned as we headed into the game. On the defeat, after the defeat against Fulham, we might be a little bit up against it here against Charlton, and maybe morale might have a bit of an impact, and Charlton might fancy their chances. Any chances they did fancy are gone. Greenwood looking to break through. Rute's got the option out wide. He's got Greenwood again. Greenwood 3-0 in the 26th. This is going to get very ugly. And Purdue has Gruev here with him. Lovely ball by Gruev. And Bamford 4! And we're not done yet. Sorry, Charlton. Drama. I mean, Paddy's in there. Bamford beats the man. Dan James back to Patrick Bamford again. Whip it, mate. Oh, Rute. 5. Slammed. 5. Not over yet. Sorry, Charlton. Destiny Udogie, transfer confirmed. The left back has moved to Liverpool from Tottenham Hotspur. That's an intriguing one that will strengthen the red half of Merseyside and weaken the non-red half of North London. Charlton, speaking of Reds, have got a card and a goal now. Fair play. 5-1. Well done, lads. Gruev. Rute. Best of the bunch so far. Genie Rute makes it 6 in the 69th minute. They're doing with a little dink. Blackett Taylor in behind. He's just nodded that nearly off the pitch. Chance for one more consolation goal in the final seconds here for Charlton at the Valley. George Dobson out to Alfie May. Doesn't look like it, does it? Nope. It's going to be a 6-1 win. Unfortunately for Charlton, it was already a difficult task. And that uphill task went from Snowdon to Everest with the red card that came after just 3 minutes. Apologies for... Oh my God, Burton 3, Middlesbrough 0. I know Middlesbrough are having a terrible Premier League season, but to lose 3-0 at home to Burton is a real shock. They've got 5 points so far this year. They've lost 17 of 20 games, but they shouldn't be losing 3-0 to bloody Burton. That makes me think they've got like an outfield player in goal or something. Middlesbrough. And in fact, I'm actually going to check to see if they do have an outfield player in goal, because that would be absurd. No, they do have goalkeepers, and they've played all of them a handful of times, but none of them, seemingly, are any good. Dieng the best at 72. Oh dear, Middlesbrough. Oh dear, Middlesbrough. Tottenham have bid £30.5 million, or £30.9 million, sorry, for Joel Peru. I don't want to sell him. The only way I will sell him is if they match his release clause. Similarly, Leipzig. So I will negotiate, ask for 56.3, and if they don't pay it, they're not having him. It's quite simple. You either pay the release clause, or you don't get him. It's that simple. And they won't pay the release clause. I imagine Leipzig won't either. So Joel Peru will stay for the time being. We are in a financial position to be able to bat away big bids. We don't need to sell for the sake of selling. And Tottenham and Leipzig aren't a massive enough step up to say that absolutely he should play. Pepe was injured when we signed him, but he's on his way back now from that injury. So he'll be able to start, probably not this next game against Crystal Palace. He will, I imagine, make his debut in the next episode, Nicola Pepe. Very nearly fit and available for us. Final match day of the transfer window, 16th place Crystal Palace. Abel Ruiz up top for them. França in the cam spot. Munoz at right back. Maxence Lacroix at centre back. They've got some good players, but they're not having a very good season, evidently, and their form is inconsistent, to say the least. Win, draw, loss in their last 3. Ours, to be fair, hasn't been sensational, but we know we have the quality to be able to get a result here, so we are going to try and do exactly that. I'd like to take Ruter out for Gelhardt, to be fair. Ruter's been underperforming of late. I know he just scored a couple of goals against Charlton, but he was 10-man Charlton. Let's give Gelhardt another run in the first team. Challenge, actually, from Decore that. Really nicely done. Thought I could just step away from it. Van Evijk. What's Van Evijk doing there? Jack Clark. Narrow angle. Good save by Sam Johnson. And he's going to come and get the second ball as well. Milan Van Evijk loves to get himself into a forward central position. He's one of the most adventurous fullbacks I think I've ever used. And he's good at doing it too. Not only does he push forward, but actually he has an end product as well. Delivery here is not great, but it will reach Somerville. And Johnston makes another good stop. Still putting the pressure on here then. Trying to find the opening goal at Elland Road. And Ampadu does not do that. Amper don't. Jack Clark. Close me down if you like, but it just opens up the space for Van Evijk. We will dink it, looking for Peru. It brings it down, and that is why Joel Peru stays at Leeds United. It's also why teams like Leipzig and Tottenham are interested in him. That's why we rejected them and asked for the release clause as a minimum. And as it turns out, maximum as well, because there's no point paying any more than a release clause, is there? But lovely take and lovely finish. 10th goal in 21 games for Peru now. If it had started the season as he's continued the season, then he'd have been right up there with the top goal scorers for the year. I missed Munoz there. Rephrase, I missed the ball and got Munoz there. Advantage was played. Here's Antuna. That's a sharp turn. It's a good save by Meslier. It was well done, actually. Didn't see that quick change of direction coming. That's a decent delivery too. Ampadu wins the header. França. Truffert's done me there. Van Evijk going to try and get back to him. Truffert saw him coming through an elbow and a body block. And Antuna's at the back post. And Crystal Palace equalise. Pure physicality. Too much for us on that occasion. Brilliant from Truffert to just give him a whack. Van Evijk had the pace to run around him. He ensured that he didn't. And then stood the ball up to the back post, where Antuna's just gotten the better. Well, to be honest, Kai Wagner was nowhere bloody near him, was he? They've equalised. It's 1-1. Uriel Antuna in the 41st minute. Jose Maria Jimenez transferred to Arsenal, confirmed, top left. So a number of Premier League tops teams strengthening defensively, with Liverpool signing Destiny Udogie. Tottenham tried to spend the Udogie money on a striker in Peru, but they wouldn't pay what I asked for. To be fair, I don't blame them for not paying what I asked for, but I'm quite within my rights to ask for what I did. Peru has Gelhardt arriving here, and I was going to try and get that out to Jack Clark if I could. It's still 1-1 here at the hour mark. Both sides capable of winning this. Only one side can, should the chance present itself. Check to Corey, driven into Ahmada. Abaruith with a nice turn. And slots through. Andre Silva, 2-1 Crystal Palace. They've turned it around at Ellen Road. Against Fulham, we had some second-string players involved. Here, this is a full-strength first team, and this full-strength first team is losing. Tagolu takes the free kick short, and with barely any time left in the game, Crystal Palace are just going to see this out at 2 or make it 3. Just the 2 then, but the 2 is going to be good enough to see us off. We lose to Fulham, we lose to Palace. Just as well we got the win in the FA Cup, otherwise it would have been a thoroughly disappointing episode, to be fair. 3 signings made as well. There may well be another FA Cup game drawn at the end of the month as well. Not yet sure when the 4th round will be drawn. It's, to be fair, normally
grab a moment of your time
in the same month as the 3rd round. Occasionally might be on like February the 1st or something, but we just weren't good enough in that one. Fulham, I felt like I was competitive but just couldn't get the result. And here, or there, just wasn't good enough. We're going to get the next FA Cup game drawn? We are. Ampadu. Arsenal have bid 26.6 for Ampadu. 26.6. You're going to bid valuation. No. Ethan Ampadu is not a player I want to see leave, especially this late in the window. He's been the most solid player in the whole team. I just don't know. My brain was going, oh, maybe if I say if you pay over, insert X amount. No. No, he's not going anywhere. He's staying. Stoke is who have been drawn against in the FA Cup. That's a winnable tie for sure. We'll have that one at the beginning of the next episode. For now, though, we'll power on towards transfer deadline day. We may get some more bids. Pepe's available, which is good news. Nicola Pepe will be involved now moving forward. Biggest deals so far on deadline day are Getraude from Feyenoord to Borussia Dortmund, and then 2 smaller deals, Benedetti and Roca. We'll see if anything else happens throughout the course of the window. With the course of deadline day, as you can see, Slenin has been linked to go to Henk, presumably on loan rather than a permanent deal. But Lucas Paqueta to Inter Milan would be a hell of a deal. Be a very, very big one. Per Schurz has gone to Real Sociedad. Roland Soloy has gone to LAFC. Gabriel to AC Milan would be a big one. 3 loans go through there. Hannibal's gone to Hertha Berlin. Paqueta has left to go to Inter Milan, and Aaron Ramsdale has gone to Sevilla. Arsenal sell their goalkeeper. Diamande's gone to Leverkusen at 21. It's a really decent move for him and for them. Malagusta goes to PSG. Still links of Pedri to Manchester City here. That would be surely the biggest deal of the save so far, or certainly of the window so far. Perhaps not the save. Newcastle have bid 35.7 for Somerville. Now, Somerville is a player that has probably exceptional potential. If I search for Somerville, we can see his potential is currently 85. He's 81 at the minute, 82, 81 at the moment, valued at 31.5. I don't get enough out of him, to be honest, at the moment, Somerville. But he obviously has the potential to grow. And with 1 goal and 3 assists only, and an average rating of 6.22, he's not been great this season by any stretch of the imagination. But he's on his way back from an injury. He's going to be... Is he on his way back? He's probably been back from that injury a while now. Regardless, I'm going to reject it. Somerville has the potential to really flourish at Leeds United, and we'll reject it. If there are any of these bids that I'm rejecting that you guys think I should reconsider, should another bid come in the summer, then do let me know. Ivan Toney's gone to Stade Rennais from Brentford. Now that one is a shock. Gabriel goes to AC Milan. That also is a bit of a shock as well. Pedri, there you go. Pedri to Manchester City, £122.1 million. From Barcelona to Manchester City, Pedri joins Pep. Unai Simon goes to Roma for 60 million. That's a lot for a goalkeeper. 60 million pounds is a hell of a lot for a goalkeeper. Luis Alberto joins Chelsea at 32 for 30 million pounds. Pedro Gonçalves joins Liverpool for 71 million. That's a massive deal. And that will be the end of the January transfer window, and all business is done for this season. Have you a quick look at the transfer history for the Saves. Reminds you of the other big deals that went through. Barca have made loads of money in this window, and Bayern have spent lots of money. Sorry, Barca made lots of money this season, and Bayern have spent lots of money this season, with those deals both split over the summer and winter windows. Jota went to Monaco for 74.5 in January. Gonçalves we saw, Tchouameni we saw, Gabriel we saw. Darwin Núñez to Atleti was one that happened earlier on in the window. Or in the season, sorry. Kingsley Coman to Aston Villa went through on January the 1st after the deal was decided and signed in September. Paqueta we saw. John Stones to Juventus is an intriguing one. Destiny Udogie, the bid for that, or the deal for that, was 47.7. Petralda we saw. Luis Diaz to PSG. Liverpool have sold Luis Diaz as well. Richarlison's gone to Leipzig. Tottenham, well, both clubs were in for Peru. Leipzig decided to go to Tottenham rather than battle them for Peru's signature. They just signed one of their players instead. Nkapie's gone to Barcelona. That's a small free for Nkapie, considering the quality that he could have. Robin Lenormand comes to Manchester City. Anel Martinez comes to Manchester City. Michael Olise goes to Leipzig. That was decided in September as well, so that went through on January the 1st. Arsenal signed Jose Maria Jimenez. That'll be why they've let Gabriel go, but feels like a bit of a downgrade to me. Raheem Sterling, September move to Napoli. And that might be all she wrote then. Or Rodrigo de Paul to Newcastle for 34.7 was the last deal. Right, let me go and get my spreadsheet in order, and we can show you the Patreon players with regards to their moves or any potential updates there with overalls, etc. But we sit 9th at the moment, and significantly now off those in the European spots. So the FA Cup is probably our best hope of any European football next season. We're very much closer to the relegations. In fact, no, look at that. Look, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth and Middlesbrough all very much cut adrift. So the threat of relegation is not there. Equally, the chance of Europe is probably not there either. We'll wait and see how the season progresses, but we are 17 points clear of the relegation zone and 9 points clear of any European football. So, let's go for broke in the FA Cup, shall we? That's probably what we'll do from here. Patrick Bamford bid from Braga. We'll reject for now. There's no point selling Bamford at this stage. We might as well just keep him on as part of the furniture here at Leeds United. But that's going to be all for this episode. In classic Ches fashion, forgot to do the Patreon players at the end. Was in mid-flow and then found myself forgetting to do so. There have only been a couple of changes in this January transfer window. Again, if you want to come across and have a look at your players' details in closer detail, then do join the stream at any point and ask, and we can show you them in more detail. There have been a couple of loan moves. I'm just scrolling through quickly here before showing you on the spreadsheet. Do make sure you pause at any point if you see the player that you're looking for. We had some changes. The changes were Danny Brooks signed as a free agent to Orlando City. We've also seen Jack Wimpenny go out on loan from Arsenal to Nantes this season. We've seen Jay Besic picked up by AC Milan as a free agent. We've seen Joe go out on loan to Heidenheim from Chelsea as well in this January transfer window. Justin, I think, was already done, and the rest were already done earlier on in the season. Still a couple of free agents in there where Unfortunately, no one seems to be interested in you at the moment, but give it time, and I'm sure someone will snap you up. But that will do for the end of this episode. Appreciate your support as ever. Thank you very much for watching. I'll splice this in at the end, and I'll just replace my old outro with this outro. So I'm going to be recording the next episode as you see this on YouTube, and if I've already recorded it, then we're going to be filming some My Player afterwards as well. So do come and join me. Links in the description to the YouTube live channel and to the Twitch stream. But for now, for me, for today, here on YouTube at least, on this channel, that's all for me. I'll see you next time.